A very warm evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. Sometime or the other, we all have flipped pages of a book that talks about successful people. Always curious to know how different they are from us, that they have achieved so much in life, and we so little. We all need inspiration and motivation to do better in life, and this motivation comes by learning about those who have walked through this path and found their destination. Their habits, routines, engagements, skills, knowledge all inspire us to dream like them, and then set about fulfilling those dreams because we cease to live when we cease to dream. Welcome to the launch of this grand coffee table book on Who's Who of the World, a collection of short biographies of the most successful people on earth. Although it's not easy to successfully draw the life journey of anyone in just 2 pages, the editors of this book have tried to give justice to each and every profile by portraying the best of everyone's life and its challenges. Moreover, the coffee table book depicts the diverse world cultures and traditions, adding values to the biographies according to their country and its culture. I would take this opportunity to congratulate all the honorees of Who's Who of the World for their being featured in this unique dark mode gold edition quinquennial coffee table book. Unified Brainz Media and Publication House has been pioneer in publishing unique coffee table books, Who's Who of the Industry, Gujarat and Rajasthan editions, which found a place in World Book of Records, London, for their unique feature of enabled videos using digital technology, and then 2 dark mode online coffee table books, Knock Down the Lockdown and Unmasking the Masked Economy, to encourage and inspire businesses during COVID lockdown. We hope you will all enjoy the unveiling today, which we are sure is going to bring in some changes in your own habits and style.
Hi, my name is Alexandra Rosario and I am an actress. I want to congratulate my friends at Passion Vista magazine on the release of their second coffee book table entitled The Who's Who in the World. I also want to congratulate and thank all the participants that made this project possible. Wishing you all the very best. Cheers.
Hello, this is Lord Ranger from London, wishing Unified Brainz Media and Publication House best wishes on their forthcoming book, which is a coffee table book, World's Who's Who 2022. It is a unique collection of stories, interesting life journeys, emotional, inspirational stories for everyone to enjoy with family, friends, and I wish you all can subscribe to it and take a copy and enjoy the collection of so many varied stories. Very interesting. They've been handpicked to bring a lot of enjoyment to your life. So once again, great work, best wishes, and all the best for the success.
Hello, here comes my special greetings. My name is Princess Professor Fumi Davis from Nigeria. It calls for celebration. It's celebrating the second edition of its esteemed coffee table book in India titled Who is Who in the World. I hail all participants and I endorse this special edition of the book. It's the world's first dark mode coffee table book in gold edition for the World Book of Records in UK, and so I recommend this edition of each and every library. I also congratulate Dr. GD and team. God bless you all and thank you. Congratulations. God bless you.
Hello everyone, I'm Adelina Stefan. I'm a professional certified coach and I'm honored to be featured in the World's Coffee Table book Who's Who of the World to represent Switzerland, the country where I have been living with my little family since 2015. I'm also in-night coach, training facilitator and mentor, culture expert and personal agility ambassador, specializing in career transition with a deep expertise of international human resource practices. As a professional coach, I have been worked for more than 12 years across cultures, and my passion and goal is to catalyze individuals' potential, helping them create and implement their unique career blueprint and maintain a healthy work-life balance. I have been working with an expatriate workforce and mid to senior level executives dealing with challenging working environments to improve their performance and well-being. And as a personal agility recognized ambassador, I help people create alignment around what really matters so that they do more things that they care about and spend time more effectively on things that matter. 1 month ago, I had the great opportunity to represent Switzerland at the Mega Symposium 2.0 together with other 39 fellow coaches from 39 countries and over 70 participants from many countries all over the world. It was such a great honor for me to speak in front of many inspiring people and share my knowledge and expertise on a topic very close to my heart, personal agility for a successful career transition. At an executive level, I support organizations in building a corporate coaching culture by highlighting individuals' maximum potential and engagement so that they become dedicated and highly successful employees. The pandemic made people adapt to work from home rapidly, and despite the geographical and physical distance, people came closer to each other, and in other words, we can say that there are no borders anymore. Therefore, it is critical for organizations to look beyond their traditional management structures for development, because in today's VUCA world, employees want to be inspired, heard, motivated to get the work done, and feel that they are part of an extended family where they add value and they are being valued at the same time. Therefore, I strongly believe that by focusing on culture and putting people first, organizations will create value and drive efficiency and profit. For that, a key element required from leaders is empathy, a vital leadership skill. By being empathetic and connecting with each other on a deeper level while being part of a larger system, we design our life in collaboration with others, we learn from each other, we celebrate and care for each other and grow together. And by using empathetic skills, stakeholders can recognize red flags of overwork in their team members and support them when they need it most. Next, I would like to share with you my 5 tips on how to cultivate empathy and how to achieve sustainable development goals The first tip is be open. Put yourself in the other people's shoes and consider their perspectives without making assumptions about their thoughts and feelings. Second, be flexible. One approach doesn't fit everyone. Use an appropriate voice, language, and culture norms that are appropriate to your speaker. Third, be curious to learn more about other people thinking and what they care about in their life. 4. Be an active listener. Listen with your full senses, paying attention to what is said and most importantly to what is not said, to the feelings, to the behavior, to the values shared, and the nonverbal communication. And last, take action. Empathy is not something to practice only when you face a crisis, but in any situation where you allow yourself to see the world from different perspectives, giving your full attention to what someone is trying to tell you. It is a skill that can be constantly developed through practice, coaching, and different other frameworks that will allow you as a leader to keep people on track, to develop, listen, and build genuine rapport with your team. As John Gordon said, big opportunities come from doing small things with a big dozen of passion, love, purpose, and excellence. My message to you all is therefore to do things that makes you happy, to celebrate small wins regularly, and by celebrating what you have done, even if it's something that you haven't planned before, you will acknowledge whether you are on the right way towards your vision, and at the same time communicate with full confidence your goals and create an inclusive environment around you. Thank you so much for your attention. All the best. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Alejandro J Tornato. I was born in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I am the founder and CEO of Tornato Speaking, Leadership and Coaching, LLC, a business dedicated to helping professional men and women all over the world to perform at their highest potential, influencing and impacting many people and enjoying the journey at the same time. However, now I would like to invite you to come with me on a short walk back where I will share a portion of my own life's journey. To begin with, I was brought up in a very small family with a strong emphasis in education, which helped me to develop a learner's mindset. From an early age, I remember being fond of science, particularly chemistry and mathematics. And therefore, I was able to choose my professional career years before even going to college. However, in my late teen years, as I was getting ready to take the entry exam for college, an opportunity suddenly appeared in front of me that was going to completely change the direction of my life. Now, becoming a chemical engineer was something I wanted to pursue as a profession. And that was exactly what happened to me during the 15 years I had the privilege to spend in the United Kingdom. After graduating with a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, my journey took me to the United States, where I have lived for over 20 years. Now, I am a firm believer that life has a mysterious and wonderful way to let us know what is the next step in our human evolution. And that was precisely what happened to me. My work in engineering, though I liked it, was becoming less satisfying. And my inner desire to make a significant and powerful difference in people's lives was growing leaps and bounds. And that's when I started to spend nearly all of my time outside of work studying, reading, and watching top experts in the areas of human potential, personal and professional growth, and leadership. Now, after doing an exhaustive self-evaluation, I happily discovered that I needed to do much self-growth, especially in the area of self-leadership. All this growth came at the right time as I was able to implement these new concepts and ideas at work, leading a group of talented engineers to successfully achieve a number of very important projects for our company. Now, shortly after that, I was introduced to the Maxwell Leadership Organization, which I joined to this day. John Maxwell has been one of the so many role models and mentors I had throughout my life. And based on the simple and powerful idea that leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, when I look at global leaders and examples of leadership today, I have to say that I am painfully saddened to witness a lack of real and effective leadership across the world, with only a few exceptions. And that's why I started working with the youth, men and women in high schools and colleges, in the essential areas of personal growth and leadership, to equip them with the right tools to effect not only transformational, but thoughtful leadership. And as I end, I want to share with you a statement that had a profound impact in my own life. And I hope that it will do so in yours as well. And it is the fact that infinite opportunities for transformation are presented to those who not only action, but lead with empathy and a servant's heart.
Hi, my name is Amanda Willard, and I am the founder of Rituals for Recovery, a nonprofit corporation located in Ontario, Canada. Our primary purpose is strengthening communities and supporting recovery through trauma-informed practices, training, and quality integrated care. We are committed to combating complex trauma and the stigma and suffering that results from it. Our vision is a trauma-informed world where healing and hope for a future in which equality, justice, inclusion, and harmony are the new normal for all. As a business leader, I have a great affinity for humanity, culture, and peace. And I have made it my mission to make the world a better place and aim to leave a legacy that impacts change, inspiring people to rise up, claim their power, regain their dignity, and rebuild their lives. It's an absolute honor to be featured in Who's Who of the World, the world's first dark mode interactive coffee table book. The opportunity to share my story and inspire future generations of entrepreneurs while being recognized for my business leadership is truly a privilege. In 2016, I was fortunate enough to represent Canada as a speaker at the Women Economic Forum in India, organized by the All Ladies League under the theme Women, Uplifting, and Uniting the World. I joined 1,500 women from 75 countries in all walks of life, including thought leaders from the world like heads of state, Nobel Prize winners, and royalty, to discuss social empowerment, leadership, economic business, and social issues like sustainable development, equality, and peace. Setting up movement of women's leadership equality was a truly powerful, inspiring, purposeful, and humbling experience. We need these ecosystems and forums to tap into for energy, inspiration, continuous learning, and to find networks and opportunities for ideas, projects, leaders, and businesses. Attending global events curates conversations, connections, community, and collaborations, providing an opportunity for business beyond borders. It has allowed me to give back, share my wisdom, lessons learned in business and life, and to grow as a person. Because when you grow as a person, everything you create is enhanced. In Canada, the spirit of service is one of this country's most remarkable merits and greatest gifts. I have seen that same spirit in the amazing contributions of countless leaders, volunteers, and helping professionals in communities across our country who are making our world stronger and better. As we have witnessed over the past year, Canadians from all walks of life have demonstrated astonishing resilience, perseverance, and resourcefulness, along with compassion, courage, and even heroism beyond our greatest expectations. I'm sure all of us will be relieved to see the end of the pandemic. However, we are faced with the global impact it has had on our lives. The COVID-19 pandemic has led to a collective trauma and continues to present unprecedented challenge to public health, food systems, and the world of work. Trauma is not an individual problem, but a collective problem for the community. According to the World Health Organization, an increase in the prevalence of mental health problems has coincided with severe disruptions to mental health services, leaving huge gaps in care for those who need it most. The stats show young people and women have been hit the worst. This really is a wake-up call to all countries to step up mental health services and support. If we wish to be a force for global change, we must create environments where business leaders move away from traditional command and control leadership and towards shared responsibility and mutual accountability. An environment that conveys a compassionate commitment through collective impact to bring about systematic community change. This is really a community that encourages its society, organizations, and businesses to serve people in a way that protects their safety, well-being, growth, and development. It requires courage to make decisions that will benefit future generations. If we can optimize the healthcare system for survivors of trauma, everybody will win. Rituals for Recovery's primary objective in 2022 and beyond is to put trauma-informed care and complex trauma prevention at the forefront of post-pandemic recovery. The most powerful tool we all have is our voice. Rituals for Recovery aims to amplify the voices of youth. We collaborate with colleges and universities across the globe, providing opportunities for students to become the next generation of leaders and partners in prevention through trauma-informed education, training, and hands-on experience. Our work in complex trauma prevention, recovery, and the healing arts educates, inspires, and equips students with the tools to launch Shameshifters student clubs in their schools, engage in community service, host events, and lead awareness campaigns on issues surrounding mental health and well-being. For youth who want to represent their country on a global platform and desire to be the change they want to see in the world, don't wait for permission or till you're older. Lead by example now, because the world truly needs you. My personal and professional journey has been guided by various thought leaders, educators, mothers, fathers, peers, and ordinary people whom I've been blessed to encounter each and every day in my life. I grew into the traits I have really as a means of survival. And although if I had to choose one person who has inspired my path, I would say feminist leader Gloria Steinem, who was considered, and still is considered, the face of the women's liberation movement, helping shape the narratives surrounding equality. You know, activism can be portrayed as leading people to the light. And Gloria's characteristics as an outspoken trailblazer and true symbol of gender equality, helping women find a voice, redefine not only what it meant to be a feminist, but also the ability we all have to make a difference. My character and leadership style very much embodies her qualities, along with the beliefs that change comes from the bottom, not the top. And the art of life is not controlling what happens to us, but using what happens to us for the greater good. Because the future depends entirely on what each of us does every single day. Some strive to make themselves great, others help others see and find their own greatness. I believe it's the latter that enriches the world we live in. I'd like to achieve my goal in helping to change and empower 1 million lives with a better quality of life over the next 10 years. Through our Rebuilding Communities projects, we will create mutually beneficial partnerships with organizations, individuals, families, and community leaders around the globe, safeguarding the mental health and well-being of trauma survivors across the SDGs objectives for building a more viable world. My mantra for success, as said by Gloria Steinem, when unique voices are united in a common cause, they make history. That is the true definition of a movement, coming together with a common vision to support one another. I am truly passionate about educating others on GBV, post-traumatic stress, and the impact that intergenerational trauma has on our health over a lifetime. I believe the future belongs to those who give the next generation reason for hope. I want to be the bridge that provides that hope, encouraging others to put that power and that hope into themselves. The unified vision I believe in is putting people at the center of becoming trauma responsive and building a culture of care collectively as a community. If you'd like to learn more about how your business or organization community can help be proactive in complex trauma prevention, I'd love to connect with you, so please reach out to me today. Thank you to Passion Vista and the team for being a catalyst for change, driving community spirit, encouraging business beyond borders, enhancing visibility for leaders, enabling opportunities for collaborations, partnerships, and of course, for growth. It really is truly an honor, and I thank you.
Hi, my name is Anita Erskine, and I'm the CEO of Anita Erskine Media, a boutique production company working around the world, but headquartered right here in Accra, Ghana. To put very simply, my journey has been fueled by passion. Passion to tell the African story everywhere and anywhere around the world without apology. Passion to own who I am as a woman, and passion to drive and inspire change in my community and my society. When I was awarded the Trent University Alumni of the Year 2021, it made me stop and remember that first day when I set foot at Trent University in Canada. A moment when I saw how beautiful diversity truly is. A moment where I went deep down in my heart and reconnected with my passion for Africa. And the moment when I saw that I could literally leave my home country, be in another country, and still wave the flag of my country really high. I spent so many years at Trent University, so many years in Canada, and every single day being away from my home country, being away from home, was even more inspiration to learn, to empower myself, to sharpen my skill, and to come back home to build. And that's why I feel that it's a moment of pride for me to accept the Trent University Alumni of the Year award, because it talks to how great ideas are, how great it can be to take your idea and make it something big, make it something wide, make it something wild. And so I say to the youth of the world, listen, do not stop at the challenge in front of you. Do not stop at the obvious hurdle, but look at it as an opportunity to rediscover yourself. And I know that the same doesn't apply to to any and everyone, because we all have very different challenges and hurdles. But I just feel that the youth of today have a bigger opportunity to cross boundaries, to take their story around the world, to own who they truly are without apology. So I would say that any young person who wants to become a global figure, I would say your time is now. As we say within the Africa's Business Heroes family, it's African time. It is your time to shine, and nobody and nothing should stop you. My biggest role models are my parents, who came from absolute nothing and were able to not just make something of themselves, but inspire each and every one of their children to take whatever it is, whatever tool, whatever resource that was given to us, and multiply it. And not only multiply it for ourselves, but ensure that whatever talent, gift, skill, qualification that we were or are achieving, we're also passing on to the next generation. Not just the next generation through family, but also to care for our communities and our societies. And that's why my father of blessed memory, General Erskine, and my mom, my beautiful mother, Rose Erskine, are my role models. They are the reason I fear nothing, and they are the reason I go for everything. I would like to achieve the opportunity to inspire policy globally, to inspire the policy that would guard, protect, empower, uplift, elevate our girls. When I started the STEM Woman Project with my co-founder Richmond, one of the things that became obvious was how much our girls want more. So it was also important for me to not only acknowledge that they want more, but to get them to understand that they do deserve more. So in terms of what I really do want to do, it's to be able to take this word and my work around the world, because all the world's girls do deserve elevation equally. The Sustainable Development Goals provide a framework for all of us to work within. It provides a strategy for all of our organizations, all of our governments, all of our companies, private or public sector. It is a language that is I'm very keen to speak. I say the SDGs is a language. 17 goals that we do have to try and achieve by 2030 is a language we have to adopt. It's a culture. It's a way of life that would enable or ensure that absolutely no one is left behind. So the SDGs for me are absolute priority, not only for our governments, but also for us, the citizenry of each country, to ensure that whatever we do and however we do it, we are ensuring our communities and nobody within our communities is or are left behind. My mantra: the distance between the dream and the eventual goal is called effort. Nobody can work for you. Nobody can make you do what you need to do for yourself. Nobody can even dream for you. You've got to wake up every single morning, understanding who you are, understanding the texture and the value of your voice, and understanding how crucial it is to be focused, to not only say, listen, I'm determined, but to back that determination by hard and smart work. So go out there, make no apologies, and most importantly, make no excuses. Do what you have to do when you have to. Don't look back, look forward, and promise yourself that each and every single day, you are going to take the effort a notch higher so you can achieve your dreams.
My name is Carlos Santos. I'm Portuguese. I'm born in Portugal. in a medium-class family with a father on the automobile sector, being a businessman, and a mother from the accountant sector. It was from them that I bring and learn the passion for work. It was with that passion that I did my bachelor in economics, my master in finance, accounting, and international taxation, and my specializations in financial instruments. These allowed me to start to be a professor, and from there until now, the creation of Ethos Group. Ethos started to be a trading company where I include out of trading that I develop securities, and was exactly this algorithm of trading that was leased to the major funds in the world and allowed me to receive royalties, later on manage funds for these institutions, and more recent, only trade my own funds. Exactly in this way, I create a worldwide project finance institution, and what we do is project finance. Today in 72 countries, 83 transactions that we provide capital. It's exactly with the focus on energy, natural resources, and infrastructure that we try every day to influence the jurisdictions and the societies where we are. This is the goal of the institution that I created since the beginning, and with an amazing team, we arrive in our days. I mean, to be a leader, and to be a winner in the end, I think you have multiple types of leaders, but my way to see is be a leader by example, be the first on the factory. My experience always when I represent my country in worldwide events, it's always a reason of be proud. First, because I go there to share and pass my knowledge, and secondly, because it's an opportunity that I have to show to the world that you can be recognized by the things that you do well and by the hard work and the nights without sleeping. It's exactly in this way that I tell to all the young people that one day would like to follow a little these areas and this type of life, that work hard because later or sooner you will be compensated. Be proud of what you do and recognize that only you can do it. It's exactly with this role model of work hard, and when you have problems, work even more, that I guide all my life. It's exactly in this way that I would like to achieve one day in my life a worldwide impact, let my name on the story in terms of someone that influence for passing knowledge, influence for bringing equality of opportunities in the places that we invest through the creation of infrastructure, education, and that education allow a better society. It's exactly in this way, that I'm patient, and I have patience when I work and I can share my knowledge, my information, my know-how, and through that I can pass experience, I can pass and influence the life of individuals. This is in fact my passion of work. It's exactly with this sustainable idea that my goals for 2030 are clearly invest mainly in emergency markets with massive amounts in infrastructure, such infrastructure related to education, and such education will allow the world to go to another level. And of course will be more management people with more knowledge, and that knowledge will allow more projects that we will finance, and in the end we will have a win-win situation. It's exactly with the sources of mantra that I guide my life, of hard work, of persistence, of late nights, of resilience, of sacrifices, of discipline, of criticism, of doubts, and of course of failures too, of humility and taking risks. This is, in my view, the success key.
I'm Caroline Cavanagh. I'm an anxiety specialist based in the UK, and I'm honoured to be part of the world's first dark mode interactive coffee table book. In my role, I have the opportunity to work with many people for whom their quality of life is massively diminished due to anxiety. But I also have the opportunity to take many of the techniques I use in that therapeutic environment out to a wider audience. And in my role as a professional public speaker, I have the opportunity to talk at international events. At events with people from many countries of origins, I often notice a real pride of where people come from. And I also love to see the things that we all share. We all share emotions. And one of the emotions that I'm most focused on is fear. Fear determines our behaviour. It can lead people to be hugely aggressive, to fight in the face of threat. It can also lead people to withdraw, to not be the best versions of themselves. And our global leaders of today and of the past are also people who have experienced fear. But they are people who have learned to use their fear in a positive way, to be forces of change, to grow both within themselves and of their environments around them. Fear, I believe, is not the bad thing that it's often seen as. When fear is given leadership, it can create very positive change. And this is a message I would love to take out to the youth of today. The younger generations have been having a very tough time. The global pandemic, lots of international conflict, to name but a few things, have led to some of the highest levels of anxiety we've seen in the younger age groups for a long time. But I believe that with positive guidance, these youngsters can also learn to use fear in a positive way, to use it to grow as individuals, to gain leadership of their mind, to make positive choices, to create a positive world for them and for us. I'm often asked, who are my role models who have helped me be the person that I am today? And there are many whom I also continue to learn from. But there's one that's outstanding. And he's my big brother. At 37, Mark had a massive brain injury that led him to lose his home, his job, and many of his physical and mental skills too. He has faced the most phenomenal challenges, but of his limited vocabulary, he says one phrase regularly: I will. And so when I'm facing my challenges, firstly, I remember that my challenges are insignificant compared to what he's done. And then I remember, I will. And that helps me to continue to be the best version of me that I can be. And as we move forward through 2022 and beyond, it's this focus on being the best that we can be that I would love to see. Our media is geared up very much to focus on the negative, the disasters, the crises in the world. And whilst we shouldn't negate that, I would love to see a rebalancing onto the positive, to show the love, the stories of extreme kindness that are equally out there. And I would like to thank Passion Vista for their role in creating this positive medium, this ability for global leaders to share their positive messages, and for you breaking the boundaries of technology and communication. It's been a delight working with them.
Hello everyone, my name is Charmaine. I'm the World Peace Ambassador in Canada this year. During these few years, we all met and went through all difficulties and challenges regarding the COVID-19. And this year, we even met the challenges regarding the climate change. I feel so proud for all the global leaders because they work really hard for these few years and find a good solutions and better way to prevent the COVID-19 and also find the better solution to build up the clean LNG as hydrogen and green technology for the climate changes. I believe we all different countries and then we all work good together, we can achieve and all the sustainable goals. And we can create a better and upgrade our life. This year, Canada, our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, and the government group, they built a very good science innovation platform in Canada. They give a lot of job opportunities and creative biotechnology projects and the funds for the international students, citizens, and other citizens. That is the great benefits for everyone, and then make the young generation believe that the health is so important in our life. If we build a very good green environment and with technologies, I believe the earth will become more clean, and then the zero emission will be achieved in 2050. This year, I also got nominated by Passion Visitor, become one of the women leader in 2021. As my thought, become the woman leader, you have to be confident, powerful, and you have a very good compassionate and heart. We have to be a good, considerable, and also can willing to give your passion to others. We are willing to train the young generation and give our knowledges and the times to build up themselves to growth. As I'm the founder of the Biogenic, I believe the health is very important. In the future, I believe Biogenic will build a very good global platform and then can make a lot of training for the young generations to believe the health system is very important in our life. I'm very happy this year. I'm working very good with other ladies, and then we exchange our ideas and the cultures, and I believe in the future we can work really good together. Building a good teamwork also is one of the sustainable goals. Women have a lot of love and humility heart that also very benefits for this world. And I'm looking forward working with the all sustainable goals, and I believe our women leaders can work really well together. Again, thanks for the interview. Bye.
Hello, I'm Chet Hirani, an international peak performance coach from the United Kingdom. My passion is to ensure I help at least one person every day, and as I've learned and found within myself, I believe that everyone has the potential to take things to the next level, which is why I help those maximize their overall full potentials. What are my views on leaders? So, my views on leadership is to keep things simple yet effective and to ensure there is a vertical alignment. Following this, organizations will clearly get what they need and also help others feel successful. Full transparency is vital, with decisions being made at the top for the future and allowing others in the organizations to make decisions for the present. Who would be my potential role models? Well, my role models are a few people, but one in particular is my stepdaughter. The focus and drive she has is what will get her to be what she wants and make the impact and change for the new generation. Seeing this in her is what drives me to create the path for her and the next generation. So what is it like and what would I like to achieve in life? So the number one achievement in life would be to impact as many lives as possible. Whether this is one-to-one or even standing on a stage amongst thousands, having everyone there being part of something truly transformational. My views on sustainable development goals for 2030 is very straightforward. And this is basically to not overthink things. Keep this simple, because the most simplest changes can have the biggest impact. So everyone watching, think of just the one small thing that you can change today and simply start from there. My success mantra will always be the same throughout my whole life, and that's version 1 is better than version none. Always build, learn and develop into being a better person and a better person than you were yesterday.
Hi everybody, I'm Timmy Gleason. I'm talking to you from Southern California in the United States. And I'm proud and honored to be an awardee of the 2022 Who's in the World. And I want to thank the UB group for this opportunity and also to congratulate the other awardees. This is really fun and I really appreciate being part of this really dynamic group. I want to share 3 tips today that I live by, and they are to be unstoppable, to never give up on your dreams, it's never too late to pursue something that you've been interested in. And it's really important to create your path. And then I want to talk about these with you. The first one is to be unstoppable. There are many, many logical reasons these days to give up. There's so many things in our path that make us want to just throw our hands in the air and say, what's the use? But it's really important to adopt a can-do attitude and almost to take it on like a puzzle or like a challenge, that like a game, like a video game, that you can go out and fight the enemy and make it work. So I think it's really important to be unstoppable and to surround yourself with other courageous people. They can't necessarily help you with the things you're working on, but to be around people that are courageous. And that's what's wonderful about being in this awardee group, is that we can be around each other and inspire each other, and we can work forward and be unstoppable. The second tip I have is to never give up on your dreams. We're taught to set goals and to meet those goals. And we go out and we try to do that. But you know what happens? We don't always get it done when we wanted to. So I agree with the approach of setting goals and pursuing goals and having dreams, but you can't always control the timing. And that's the point of my second tip, is never give up on your dreams. Sometimes it takes a lifetime to fulfill the things that were in your heart. And so you have to be unstoppable. Number 3 tip is, on the path to your dreams, it's very helpful to have a roadmap. But as you know, we aren't born with instructions, and we aren't born with roadmaps. And so a lot of us live a very kind of a trial and error lifestyle that is challenging. And we set out on our own path and we do our very best. But I don't know about you, but my life has been a lot of zigzagging, it's been very crooked. It's not been straightforward. There's been a lot of ups and downs. And sometimes there's been some really terrifying 180 turns where either opportunities or disasters jumped out in front of me and I had to deal with them, and I didn't get to move forward on my goals. During the pandemic, this was really apparent with my coaching clients, and also you could see it on some of the online forums where people were asking for help or talking about their sense of despair and their confusion. And so I got into action during that period of time, and I started working with certain assessments, and I used my clients as my service group. And so we focused on 3 key areas. We focused on what are people's top talents, and then understanding how people see them. So they may know what their talent is, but what do people see? Why do people want to work with them on a team? Why does their family love them? What is it that they bring that's uniquely special to a team or to a group? So we worked on that, and we explored their reasons for living. Also, like, what was their bigger, more intrinsic goal for being alive and for making contributions. And so that was an interesting experience for me, because during 2021, I had an amazing discovery. It was in late 2021 that I realized that I could combine these pieces of information that I was working on with my clients, and actually it could be constructed into a roadmap. It actually could be the instructions for your life, because it was so individualized to each person that it would help them to be able to know what is important in their lives. So it was, again, knowing yourself. What do other people see? and then how you can make a contribution spiritually. So I created this roadmap that you see over my shoulder here. It's called a soul work map. And it's kind of a double entendre. It's about what you should do with your work, what kinds of talents you should be contributing, what you should be learning with your work. And that's your road maps that you see in front of you there, Road B and Road C. And then over on the Fascination Island, the island that's there, that's the things that people love about you that make you uniquely you. It's what they see as your primary contribution in a group. And then the mountains at the top are all of your special talents, your 5 top talents, which can be magnified and honed and become magical because you're so good at them. So when I, started to see how this all worked together, I created this soul work map. And this is my contribution. This is how I became an honoree for the Who's Who in the World. So how I want to bring this together for you is that our global community is evolving, and we have an opportunity to put our heads and our talents together and to create new ideas like this or anything else, tools and ideas for a new world in a post-pandemic economy and a world. We have many challenges ahead of us and a global family. We are all part of this world together, whether we understand each other's cultures, whether we are from the same countries, whether we speak the same languages, we still are part of a large global family. And yes, we are like brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles who bicker and fight with each other, but we got to work through it. We got to be unstoppable. We got to, in the end, be the family that we are and learn to appreciate each other. And if we know what we all bring to the table, that's going to be a lot easier. So I want to go back to tip number 1 as I say goodbye to you. And I hope that you've enjoyed this. I want to remind you to be unstoppable. Find a way. Use your creativity, use your mind, use your friends, use your ingenuity to make this a better world. And I want to thank you for listening to me. I want to again thank the UB group for this opportunity, and again to congratulate the other awardees. Thank you very much.
Hello there, and it's wonderful to be with you all. And this is thanks to Unified Brainz, who invited me to share this journey with you. A journey that's been blessed by the experiences of life and blessed by the presence of many amazing people who've come into my life over the years. So who am I? I'm Anne Moyabassi. Anne with a double-barreled surname. When a Jane Moyer from Scotland married a James Bussey in a society wedding in London in the late 1800s, and in those days didn't want to give up her own name. While I'm talking with you from Australia, I was not born here. I was born in England during the Second World War, and my father had been taken a prisoner of war in Changi in Singapore. When he returned in the late 1945, my parents decided to emigrate to Australia, and my first big travel adventure was on the ship in 1949 for a 4-week journey. We met all sorts of people on that journey, and again, tapping into other cultures and getting to know other people was quite an interesting adventure for a 7-year-old. I think my readiness to go into the unknown and my resilience and adaptability for the many changes that followed stemmed from there and the influence and inspiration of my parents. My secondary school training prepared me for missionary life because in that era, missionary life was a calling or was promoted very heavily and something that as children we all yearned to join in. And while it took me from spontaneity to conformity, and I lost a lot of who I really was, it also taught me a deep spirituality of the heart, that living from love is more important than anything else. I trained as a teacher, and again, I had a wonderful opportunity to learn about other cultures by being sent to teach in Indigenous communities in Northern Australia. Missionary work in that era was tough, and like many women before us, we were taught that you were there to serve others, not to care about yourself. So much so that while I did my best to do that, I gradually burnt out. I was coming into the afternoon of life at the time, and knew then that it was time to leap into the unknown, leave this work, but without knowing what was next and with little to no financial backing. Fortunately, I met wonderful leaders, mentors and guides who, through their service of others, enabled all of us to tap into our own wisdom. This was a turning point, and as I began this second half of life, I knew that I still wanted to serve others, but that I had to radically change first, learning to go inwards, not just work outwardly, but also knowing that I could use the skills that I'd learned of teaching and then retraining in coaching and counseling. I became deeply interested in Chinese philosophy and culture when I went to teach in Hong Kong for 5 years after I gained my PhD. Teaching Chinese students, presenting at conferences in different countries, so enriched my life. And I can share that from what I do today because of these rich experiences. You know, you're never too old to learn. People tell me I'm too old. I'm 80, and it's not too old to open yourself to new experiences. In Hong Kong, the head of the department was a Buddhist woman who was a very powerful leader. And she said to me once, when I leave the house in the morning, before I step out the door, I ask myself, how and where can I bring love to others today? It struck a chord in my heart because of the spirituality of the heart. And this is behind all the programs and the work with people that I now do. Each of you are a precious gift to others. And as Mary Oliver, a poet, once said, what will you do with this one precious, beautiful life you have? And can you step into this life with all its unknown? Can you embrace it because no one else can live your life? Be compassionate to yourself. If you love yourself, that love for others will come from your own self-compassion. Around the world today, there's so much trauma and so much pain. And actually, there's not one person or one family who has not been touched by trauma. As we touch our own wounds with love and compassion, so we can then reach out and help others do the same. And this is the message I would ask you. Own all of yourself. Step into your own life. Join the conversation of your own life. And inspired by John O'Donoghue, the poet's words, I'd love to say to you, live like a river flows, carried by the surprise of its own unfolding. And wherever you go, whoever you meet, give them some of that immense love that is there for all of us. Start now. As David White said, take the first step, not the second or the third. Take the step that is closest to you. Start close in. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dr. Parin Sumani. I am an independent academic scholar, TEDx and international motivational speaker, educator, writer, author, journalist, humanitarian and philanthropist. I would like to thank Who's Who of the world for selecting me to represent the United Kingdom. My passion to serve humanity stemmed from surviving life-threatening health challenges, which taught me the value of life and the preciousness of time. Having worked for positive societal development for over 35 years, I aim to build bridges between the East and West, addressing key issues and educating global societies through personal experiences and research. A leader educates and motivates individuals in society to become the best version of themselves. They demonstrate good ethical values, good behavior, integrity, humility, and work towards uniting and motivating societies. I uphold these values when I represent the United Kingdom at the global events. I have been fortunate to speak at more than 205 national and international webinars and conferences in various capacity. In 2021, I have won the title 4 times in the industry of beauty and glamour. I was the winner of Mrs. India 2021, winner of Mrs. Universe International 2021, winner of Mrs. Brit Asian 2021 in London, United Kingdom, and the winner of Mrs. India Global 2021. Each platform was an opportunity for me to bring societies together, sharing my knowledge and research for societal development, and highlight there is a strength in diversity. It is only by working together we can make a positive global change. I would like to address all my youths around the globe. Believe in yourself. You have the strength to create positive change and inspire others. Aim to build bridges through respecting diversity and focus on achieving your goals. My role model that has helped me to shape my life was my grandma, the Aga Khan, and Mahatma Gandhi. The goal of my life is to serve humanity until my last breath. And I am passionate about sharing knowledge, skills, and educating societies so that individuals can improve the quality of their lives and future generation. I believe in lifelong learning. Hence, I continue to educate myself by achieving 6 doctorate degrees and recognized 4 times in the World Book of Records. If I can do it, I am sure you can do it. The pandemic has impinged upon attaining the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. Therefore, nations must work together more than ever before to support the SDGs. My success mantra and motto is only by working together we can make a positive global change. Thank you and namaste.
Well, hello, my name is Dr. Sarah Renee Langley, and I am a leadership consultant and lifestyle expert. And I am hailing from the US of A, United States of America. And I just wanted to take the time just to talk about my passion and my story. And it all started from me working at 14 years old as a camp counselor. I've always stayed in the realm of psychology. I always loved figuring out what makes people think, because I always had this belief that the way that you think determines how you behave. And I had people that would come to me, young, old, that would just ask me questions or to even share their secrets and feeling like they were safe and they knew that they wouldn't be judged by me. So I knew that there was something about me being in psychology that was going to take me far in my career. So with that said, my view on leaders is that when it comes to leadership, I actually created a concept called Limitless Leadership. We as leaders have a responsibility to lead by example, but at times I find that it can be challenging to lead by example when you feel like you're out of integrity, when you can be the leader in your career, in your business, at your job, but not feeling so much as a leader at home, or not feeling so much as a leader in your community. So I created this concept where it is 4 facets to my limitless leadership model, and it's called the LEAD method. L stands for look, looking not so much on the outside or the external factors that represents leadership, but also within, and to find out what are those limiting beliefs that we have about ourselves or what we think leadership should be, and how do we now rearrange it and contour it in such a way that it gives us the momentum to really rise to the occasion and really be a true leader inside and out. E stands for evaluate. And evaluating your strengths. At times, we're always looking at what our weaknesses are or what we've done wrong, as opposed to taking the time to make yourself feel right at your strengths. What are you doing that's well? What are you doing that is impactful? What are you doing that you're being praised for? And being okay with that. A stands for activate. Now being able to create something called choice, because we don't know what we don't know and we know what we know. But if that's all we know, we're going to default to what we know. So in other words, we have to now create an option or an opportunity for us to now make a decision at that crossroad. Do we want to continue going down the path that isn't serving us, that's really making us feel miserable, upset, frustrated? Or do we want to now go into the path that makes us feel great, that it rejuvenates us, that really motivates us and empower us to keep going in life? And finally, D stands for decision. To be able to now make a conscious decision holistically that's going to benefit not just everyone that you're serving and leading and guiding and supporting and empowering and motivating and inspiring, but also including yourself in the equation. You matter. You're really the most important person in the equation, and being okay with saying so. So with that said, my experiences in terms of being a global speaker, an empowerment and transformational speaker, has been a blessing. Since I was a little girl, I always saw myself being like a missionary, going around the world and saving lives and helping to, as I said, as a mantra for myself, that I'm the #1 leader for leaders worldwide and a champion and mentor for women leaders everywhere, where I go around the world and I'm liberating people, that I make you better than I met you and I leave you better than I found you. So to be honored, to have the privilege and the honor to serve in that capacity, to impart, to mentor, to advise, to lead, to counsel, to consult, to just speak into someone's life and say, you know what, you matter. Believe in yourself. Be committed to the call, to your purpose, to your vision, to your destiny, and take massive action about it by simply allowing all the blessings and the greatness that you have and that has been spoken upon you. Take that to your advantage. And now you also set the example, because I'm very big on legacy, that you set the example for other leaders to follow. What I want to share with the youth is, usually we'll ask the question, what would I say to my younger self based on where I am right now? And so this is what I want to share with you. Enjoy. 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 It's 3 E's here that comes up for me. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the journey. Fun fact, I used to run. I was a sprinter. I never believed in cross-country running. I wanted to just hit it hard, get it done, get it out the way. Versus life, though, is more about a cross-country journey. And it's not about always getting to the goal and accomplishing it. That actually is a byproduct. In the process, you are growing, you are evolving, you are being cultivated. And all of what you're learning in these life lessons, you can take them to your advantage to be the best, limitless, iconic, legendary version of yourself. So I would say enjoy the process. Don't curse it. It is a blessing. All things work together for the good. The next E is express yourself. Being able to call the shots on your life, that you call the shots. And you accept yourself, good, bad, and indifferent. There are really no standards. You call the standard. You create the standard. Have the opportunity to express yourself, your artistic, your creativity, and enjoy life. And lastly, I would say experience. Be present in the moment to experience what's happening for you right now. Capture these moments and be appreciative and grateful for the experiences that you are having, because it all plays part for your good in the end. And again, You're setting an example for others to follow. My role model, Jesus Christ. I used to think that it was challenging to be perfect like Jesus until I understood what perfection meant. And perfection isn't the same as how we as human beings define perfection. Perfection simply means whole, complete. And what I loved about Jesus is the fact that when people came to him, they went to him because they were ready. They were ready for something more, for something different. They knew that there was more to life than where they were or who they were, what they have settled for, or whatever the reason was. It wasn't for Jesus to now meet people with their limitations, with the lack and the scarcity, and wherever they were in their mindset, in their physicality, in their environment, in their community. It was a matter of people being in his presence and making the decision that, you know what, they forgot about their limitations. And it bared witness with his limitlessness, which is my brand. Be limitless. What I do is come into your life and I help you to tap into your limitless potential. I help you to now take off the limits and go after your next, your more. Whatever it is that you desire, it lies there, and you being limitless. And that is the key. That is my role model. He helped us to become limitless, to forget about the limitations, the self-imposed limitations that we place on ourselves, and to really be perfect. What I want to achieve in life, if I was talking to my clients the other day, and I'm so proud of them with the regard of they are now deciding to make themselves first and top priority. See, you have to be your best self to be able to give more, to have more, to achieve more, as opposed to being depleted and empty and on E. One of my clients used to say that she was on E and still had 1,000 miles to go. That isn't life. We're here to be abundant, to be prosperous. It is our birthright. So with that said, I love where I help you to remember who you are, to believe in yourself, and to take off the limits. The sky's not even the limit. There are no limits. You can go to infinity because of how great and powerful and limitless you truly are. So my goal here in life is to just remind you of who you are and to let you know that you too can be limitless. One thing that I'm passionate about, setting the captives free. I just love empowerment. I love empowering you. I love to empower those who cross my path because I never take it lightly. But when our paths cross, there was a reason and a season and a time for such as this, for us to come together and just for me to say to you that you are limitless, be limitless. So I'm so passionate in helping to set the captives free, and helping people to be liberated and to be limitless and to leave a legacy. So my big deal in life is helping limitless leaders become legendary, to help limitless leaders become legendary by way of their incredible legacy. And lastly, let's talk about sustainable goals. So Sustainable Development Goals in 2030. So it is a matter of, which I'm very big on. I'm big on sustainability because we can create anything we want to, but the matter is, can we sustain what we have created? That's why most businesses fail between 2 and 5 years. About 90% of businesses fail between 2 and 5 years of starting because they didn't have the systems, they didn't have the structure, they didn't have the sensei or mentor. They didn't have the strategy in place. They didn't have the sustainable mindset, the mindset to sustain, so that whatever you are creating and you leave behind, that it continue to work and operate with or without you. So I'm very big on sustainable developmental goals, so that now what you created and what you are leaving as a legacy can continue on without you. And lastly, my success mantra. It is simply this: be limitless. I am limitless. I want you to say that. You are limitless. Say, I am limitless. That will take you absolutely far to your purpose, to your destiny, to the reason of why you exist. We need you and what you have to offer. Take off the limits, tap into your limitless potential, and go after your next. This is Dr. Sarah Renee Langley.
My name is Saskia Harkema, and let me share with you a little bit about my life journey. I was born in the Netherlands, but I was raised in South America because my parents sought a life of adventure. So I lived in several countries in South America throughout my childhood and adolescence, and that has been very defining. I consider myself as a citizen of the world. I'm not only Dutch, the world is my home. And I think that we should think more and more in terms of a world without borders, because borders exclude and borders divide. And when it comes to leaders in the world, I think one of the things that I miss in leadership in general is that leaders don't lead with the heart. This sounds harsh, but in my view, leaders think mostly in terms of tactics and strategy, and they see the world as a big chessboard, and we are the pawns on that chessboard. And unfortunately, the consequence of that perspective is also that we are the collateral damage of many decisions that leaders take. And the most recent decision is, of course, the reason to start a war in Ukraine. But if we look at the history of humankind, it's a history which is defined by wars, conflicts, and atrocities that have destroyed lives and have destroyed families and children and men and women. Never have there in the history of humankind has there ever been peace in the world. When it comes to, let's say, also how I present myself on international global events, I emphasize that we should approach the world, the things that are happening in the world in a different way, in a more humane way, with more compassion also. And I am inspired by someone like Karen Armstrong, who makes a plea to include more compassion also in strategic thinking and strategic decision making. And so I make it a point to emphasize also our responsibility at an individual level to contribute to peace. So it's not an institutional responsibility only from organizations like the United Nations. We all have an individual responsibility in this respect. My message to youth in this respect is also that because youth holds the future, they are the future, and I have met across my life so many young people, and my message is always to them: don't ever let someone box you in or clip your wings and not allow you to follow your dreams, your passion, and your purpose in life. So shed also the weight of what expectations and obligations can meet and follow your dream. I do not have one role model specifically. I think we can all be role models to each other. So many people have inspired me throughout my life, and I have learned a lot from many different people. But I think that every single person can teach you something big, something small, and something positive or something negative. But every lesson is a lesson that we can learn and makes us also grow. And what I would like to achieve in this life, in my life, and that what I'm also very passionate about, is to contribute to peace in the world. I know it's an ambitious goal, because we have never had peace as long as humankind exists. But I think that's why it's so important to really start working on it. And we have created an approach which is bottom-up and which has as a message that we can all become peace builders and impact leaders. And this is why I also think that the Sustainable Development Goals are important as a framework. But I think we really have to make a bigger effort to eradicate poverty, to eradicate hunger, and to work on achieving all these Sustainable Development Goals. It is not fair that a mere 1% of the world owns 99% of the wealth that we create. So it's also a matter of how we distribute that wealth. So that has to do also with solidarity. And my mantra in this respect is also related to my mission. I never give up. I never ever give up. And we have, and I have made it my personal commitment to contribute to creating an economy of peace. We are creating a community of people that are sharing that same vision and mission. And because I never give up, in the next 10 times, we are going to make it happen. The world deserves it, and our youth deserves it very much.
Hello everybody, I'm delighted to be here today for the Who's Who of the World. My name is Cavanagh, and I'm located in Beijing. However, originally I'm from Germany. How I ended up here in China is my natural tendency for curiosity and for adventure. Originally, my personal background and my professional background was in Germany and in business administration. For many years, I've worked for a large MNC, and this MNC gave me as well the possibility to explore the world. So this led me to Hong Kong, to Tokyo in Japan, and now as well here to Beijing, China. So here I'm located with my family, with my husband and my 2 daughters. And that's as well the place where I changed my career. So I took the opportunity to really step out of my own comfort zone and to explore more my natural tendency to interact with people, the passion to work with teams, and to serve people on their way to reach their full potential. So here I decided to switch career from business administration, corporate world, into self-employment.
Hi, my name is Ena Chartier. I am French and I am living in UK. I am so grateful to be part of Coffee Table Book Who is Who of the World 2022, and thank you for that. I am a leadership and success coach, founder and CEO of Lead for Success, a space for female professionals and entrepreneurs to receive empowering resources to lead, grow and succeed by paving their own path to success. As educational background, I hold a master's degree in public management, a master's degree in human resources, and training in positive psychology and NLP. My purpose is to impact women, to inspire them, to fulfill their purpose and achieve their goals. My mission is to support driven female professional and entrepreneur to leap out of bed each morning excited and happy to share their gifts, passion and talent with the world and become financially free doing what they love. I truly believe that it is our mission to fulfill our greatest potential. Life is too short and precious to pursue someone else's dreams or to stay in a job or a life that doesn't bring you what your heart desires. You deserve more. Today I love what I do and I do what I love, but it wasn't the case before. I know just how soul-crushing it can be to have worked so hard to end up disappointed, unsatisfied and empty. I think that it is time for women to dream bigger. Women need to see how brilliant they are. They need to unlock their potential and confidently use their talents, their gifts, and purpose to build an authentic business and live a first-class life. The empowerment of women is a subject close to my heart because for me, women have always had and will have a great role to play in this world. Women can have it all, make their own choices, break free from limited beliefs, unlock their potential, and succeed both professionally and personally. Women are great, but sometimes they need a mentor to uncover their brilliance. I am going to show you how to craft your path to success, how to turn your big vision and your brilliance into an abundant business that frees you to live your life on your terms and unlock the leader in you. Let's discover, amplify, and deliver your brilliance to the world. You deserve it.
Hi, my name is Hensi, and I'm Managing Director of Meso Middle East. I'm truly humbled and honored to have been nominated and chosen as one of the world's who's who for 2022 for both the UAE and New Zealand. But what is Meso? Because I'm sure you're wondering, with a name like that, what could it be? So Meso is a very lean and technology-driven law firm. We have offices in the UK and the Middle East, but with the growing demand in various other jurisdictions, we have plenty of plans of expanding. So what Meso does is it facilitates or provides a means whereby lawyers can be their own boss, but still have the backing of a big firm. So our legal consultants work for themselves under the umbrella of Meso, and we provide all of the back-end functions. For example, a full compliance team, full accounts team, full marketing team, etc. And so that allows the lawyer to just focus on the actual legal work that they have to do. But in addition to that, we encourage what we call the Meso Lifestyle. So the Meso Lifestyle envisions a lawyer that has a good work-life balance. And how do we do that? We do that by reducing the amount of non-billable work that the lawyer has to do. So we have what's called the Meso Cloud, which is a revolutionary platform that each of our legal consultants gets access to, and that automates a lot of the non-billable work. So by reducing the amount of time that lawyers have to spend on non-billable work, then that creates more time for them to either do the things that they love, more of the things that they love, or simply focus on more billable work. And because this business model does not sacrifice financial freedom, but instead just creates more time and a better balance and actually increases financial freedom, one of the challenges that we faced is scaling too quickly. So we knew that the demand would be there, but we didn't realize how big the demand would be. So that has been both a blessing, but also an Achilles heel. But luckily, our business model is such that it can be easily grown and expanded. But that's definitely been one of the challenges that we faced. Now, it's great to have a thriving business. Everyone, well, not everyone, but business owners obviously want that. But it's not just about having a successful business. Success also is about helping others with your success and helping them to succeed through, helping them to succeed with the success that you have as well, and thereby also changing the lives of others, because we were not made to be islands, and if we can all help each other, then the world would be a much better place. If I could give some advice to business owners or people that are thinking of starting their own business, first and foremost, if you're a lawyer, join Meso, because before Meso, I also had my own firm. We had two offices, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and I took over the Abu Dhabi office and then merged with Meso and rebranded. But I was finding that with the growing demand within that business, the admin was taking up so much time that I wasn't getting to enough billable work. And not only that, the costs of all of the back end office operations was actually costing way more than I had realized. So by joining Meso, you just slot in, you just worry about your billable work, and everything else is taken care of, but you're still your own boss. And not only that, I think the team in the UAE is about 30 lawyers now, but it's consistently expanding. And so we also promote cross referrals and promote the lawyers as part of a big international firm. And so that also helps when you're growing your business or starting your business, is having support from others. So I noticed when I started my firm 3 years ago or whenever it was, the people or the contacts or the people around me were a huge contributor to my success, because it's also about the people that support you, not only what you can do. And so there's so many people that I'm so grateful for that have always supported me since the beginning, and was it not for them, we never would have grown at the rate that we did, or been as successful as we were and still are. So I really I'm always grateful to those people that supported us, because like I said, we wouldn't be where we were at had it not been for them. So I would say a very strong support system is important, and that's why it's also important to always treat people well and grow your relations, and surround yourself with good people and people that inspire you, because there's that saying that if you're surrounded, you have to surround yourself with people that you want to be like. And I'm not saying get rid of your old friends, keep those, but still have people around you that you can look up to and inspire. Not inspire them, well, yes, inspire them, but also have them inspire you. And the other thing is just to do it. I mean, you regret more the things that you don't do than the things that you do, and you are not going to know whether your business is going to be successful unless you try. And where there are failures, you just have to keep trying. I mean, they say even Thomas Edison failed so many times before he actually succeeded. Same thing with Elon Musk. So the thing is, just don't give up. If you want it bad enough, you will make it happen. And you just have to keep going until you do. And life is short. And if you want to make it memorable, if you don't want to have regrets, just do it. And if you need assistance, I mean, obviously, please reach out to Meso.
Hello, my name is Her Royal Highness Queen Aminata Koita, representing the country of Ghana. Thank you so much, Passion Vista, for electing me to represent Ghana for Who's Who of the World 2021. My current title is Magajia Chigaba of Fulani in the Ashanti region of Ghana. What that means is I am the Economic Development Queen in charge of bringing development and programs to the area for the tribe. I serve under the leadership of His Royal Highness Osman Koita, the Sarkin of Fulani. Currently, my beliefs about leadership is simple. Leaders are servants. If you don't have the heart of service, you should not be in a leadership position. A leader's job is to work alongside of the people that they serve, meeting the needs of the people and meeting the people where they're at. True leaders are right there, right next to the people that they're serving, in a capacity which benefits the people. A leader puts the needs of the people before the needs of themselves. It's that simple. For the youth out there, I would recommend, if you want to be on the global stage doing anything, everybody has to start someplace. So you're going to want to start small in your local area, working in your community, getting your name known for the work that you do, what you stand for, and what you believe in. You have to walk the talk. So that's the most important thing. For all of you students out there, start small, and as you learn, you increase your audience, and you grow bigger and bigger, and you get on bigger platforms and bigger stages until you get to the level where you want to be. For me, growing up, my two role models were both my maternal and paternal grandmothers. Now, they had different qualities about each of them that was special, but the one thing they had in common and that they both taught me was, just like I said a minute ago, to walk the talk. It's not about the things that come out of your mouth. It's about what you do. Do you actually stand for what you say you believe in? And do you live it? Do you actually walk the talk? That is the thing that determines your character. So that's what I learned from my two role models, which would be my paternal and my maternal grandparents. Something that I'm extremely passionate about, and everybody that knows me knows this, is I'm so passionate about the sisterhood. As a woman's advocate and a human rights advocate, it's very important to me that we as women don't argue with each other. We don't fight against each other. We don't compete against each other. We don't tear each other down. We don't covet what the other sister has. What we do is we support, we encourage, we love, we lift up, and we support in every single way humanly possible. We are our next sister's biggest cheerleader. And that is what I'm so very passionate about, because all over the world, I see women getting put in positions where they feel like they have to compete or they want what the other person has. So it causes them to do things that are not even proper, that are probably out of character for them, but because they're coveting what the other person has, they're doing things that aren't right. So my encouragement for all of you women out there listening to this today is to get involved with a sisterhood. You can join up with ours. I have a great group of women surrounding me, and we all cheer one another on. There's no competition. We are women who support each other. My views on the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030 is really simple. There's 17 of them, and I think every single person on the planet should pick one or two of them that they're passionate about and be dedicated to working in that field to make this world a better place for the generations that are coming up. My success mantra is simple: never give up. Stay consistent, be persistent, stay on the course. You know what your mark is, and you do whatever you have to do to achieve it. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall down. The key is you don't let those things break you, but you make those things strengthen you and encourage you even more to reach your goal. You have to stay persistent. Keep your eyes on the mark. Don't sway to the left. Don't sway to the right. Keep your eyes on target and stay persistent. Again, my name is Her Royal Highness Queen Aminata Koita, representing the great country of Ghana, and I would like to thank Passion Vista for electing me Who's Who of the World 2021 for Ghana. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ilham Musayev, and I am ICF accredited ACC coach, ICF member, and personal agility recognized ambassador. I'm from Baku, Azerbaijan, the land of fires, wind, and heroes. What I always hear from my parents and people who older than me is that when I was a child, I used to dream a lot about futuristic themes, apply fantasy to my stories, and talked about how people can do more things which is beyond their human potential. It was so childish at that time. What I do today is kind of linked back to what I dreamed many years ago. Helping people to reach their best potential, become their better versions, and do things they never thought they could do. Isn't that a beautiful mission to be in? My view about leaders, I think that concept and mission of leadership changes nowadays. That change is inevitable and it must happen. Unfortunately, not many leaders understand and want to accept this reality. Requirements from leaders for future is not to grow their power, but instead to grow new leaders who are fair, empathetic, and focused on developing human potential. Only by developing and growing servant leaders, we can make an impact countrywide and worldwide at the same time. A couple of words about my experience and how I represented my country at global events. I've recently been invited to join Mega Symposium 3.0 and represented my country, Azerbaijan, among 65 world-leading expert coaches from 54 countries who shared their expertise with the participants from around the globe. It was such a wonderful event where coaches not only share their experience, but also learn from each other. A lot of wisdom, powerful learning, and connections made. Proud that I represented my country, really proud. A couple of words to the youth who want to represent on a global platform. There are a lot of opportunities, possibilities, and wisdom and powerful learning sources around us nowadays, and that needs to be used, and they didn't exist before. Grasp it, use it, keep growing continuously, and share with the world your potential and capabilities. About the role models I have, or in general, there are many people in the world who blindly follow anyone. They also admire and love those people no matter what they do. A role model is a person who inspires you to be like them. I think we're all unique, and hence each of us deserves to be role models. Overall, I can say that people who are fair and kind, who are true to one supported them during the difficult times, people who do not give up when difficulties show up, are all my role models. I'm trying to be one too, but I'm sure because of our uniqueness we can complete each other to be role models. What is it I want to achieve in the life? When we came into this world, we came with nothing in our hands. When we will leave this world, we will live with the same, with empty hands. However, we can live in this world a lot of kindness, good memories, and people who grew up and developed. If I can get at least 20-30% of what I just mentioned done, it would be a great achievement. One thing I'm passionate about. What I'm passionate about. I'm open to learn and transform as a part of that learning. Also, as I mentioned, it is about helping others to reach their goals and what they want to reach. My view on Sustainable Development Goals 2030. For all of us as a world citizen to reach Sustainable Development 2030, we need to be united in our mission. We need to understand that it is needed for our future generations, and we are people living now in the planet. We are in charge to make that change and make all of those things possible. I am, with all my resources and potential, I am committed and happy to support this mission to become possible. Some words about my mantra. I have the power to create all the success and prosperity I desire. I will be self-kind. I will continuously acquire knowledge. I will do hard work, and I will persevere and succeed. And with all, I would like to wish all of you success, peace, and blessings. Bye-bye for now.
Hello everyone, and grüezi from? Most people I meet at global events try to identify my accent, but it's tricky given my country has only 8.5 million people and 4 official languages. So when they find out, some say, oh, cheese, chocolate, or the Alps. Others bring up the country's immense hydropower, and Roger Federer, of course. So grüezi from Switzerland. My name is Isabel Nüssli, and I would like to first thank Unified Brainz for this nomination. It's a huge honor that I dedicate to life's unexpected experiences and to all those people who have contributed to my growth and my almost vertical learning curve. For example, parents who instilled within me critical values and insisted that I keep both feet on the ground. a can-do entrepreneurial spirit gained from growing up in a 600-year-old flour mill and a fifth-generation family business, a high-quality international education in business, law, and social science, a wide range of unusual experiences, which included leading an international company through the heights, but also through challenges and crises at a young age. Lots of energy and a positive mindset. People often ask me what I'm passionate about and what I want to achieve in life. Well, I'm passionate about life itself and my work as a coach. When you help other people flourish, the effects ripple. The people you help others. I'm passionate about improving the impact of leaders on our culture, government, communities, businesses, and everyday people. The world has never been more VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Demands on leaders have increased in all areas. Leadership theories and experiments come and go, but two constants remain. One is change, and the other one is the need for able leaders. Courageous and ethical souls with a mix of competencies and humanity. People who can anticipate, lead, inspire, and help groups adapt to the accelerating change. Many leaders, however, are ill at ease when discussions turn to less tangible skills such as moving people's hearts. The question is, are we ready for such discussion topics and for more human-centric leadership and solutions that benefit the triple bottom line? Believing in lifelong personal and professional growth, what advice would I give today's youth? First, believe in yourself. Second, identify what you're good at and enjoy doing. And third, find a platform with values that align with yours. Also, invest in relationships and set aside expectations. Learn about others and at the same time about yourself. Find a role model or even an anti-role model. But most importantly of all, be yourself. You know what? Everybody else is already taken. Luck favors preparation and openness. I was once given one word of advice when offered an opportunity. Jump. My mentor said, Isa, my nickname, you will never be perfectly ready. Jump now, seize the opportunity and grow with it. Think big, not foolishly or arrogantly, but big. But remain agile, because the future has a way of arriving unannounced, and it will always be different from what you expect. Lastly, life takes many twists and turns, and I have come a long way. I've learned that it's less about the nature of an experience than what you make of each experience. Some of life's challenges are indeed painful. You deny what happens, then become angry, then want to blame others, and then lose confidence. Yet, usually hidden among a crisis is the opportunity to reject victimhood, to resolve the challenge, to learn, and to become stronger. I would like to leave you with a couple of my mantras. First, people will forget most of what you say, but they will never forget how you make them feel. And second, one day your life will flash before your eyes, so make sure it's worth getting the popcorn out and watching your life movie. Start today and make today so awesome that yesterday gets jealous. Thank you, enjoy the journey, and I say tschüss from Switzerland.
Hello, my name is John Saktouras, originally from Greece. During the last 4 decades, 40 plus years, I've traveled the world, 115 countries, developing a variety of international businesses, marketing, sales, product and services, mainly for education, training, and position of companies around the world. Being featured on the Who's Who in 2021 is a great honor for me, pleasure and privilege. And that will help me personally, but most of all, it will help so many people around the world to see that organization like Who's Who in 2021, this organization itself can actually help promote not only the business, but also the vision of different people to work together to improve communities around the countries. My business experience around the world involves tour and travel for over a decade, positioning of automotive security products in 17 countries with more than 500 locations. I've built sales organizations of beyond 1 million people, total production more than beyond $1 billion in total sales. And all that kind of experience comes down to one thing: relationships, trust. And when you have that kind of experience around the world, we can share it and help so many people that at the end of the day, people, they don't buy product or service, they buy the person involved. And that alone can be a great benefit for everyone, everywhere. Suggestion for the new generations: very important to maintain high values, principles, integrity, commitment, vision, and dedication to improve not only yourself, but everybody around you, your family, your country, the nation, and why not be part of the worldwide evolution and transformation. My role model since a very young age has been my father, that passed away 30 plus years ago, and my uncle, who's still alive, and both of them, they teach me three major things: keep my word intact, maintain my reputation to the highest possible level, and serve everybody else in any way possible to help people make a difference in their lives. The one thing that I would like to change, if possible, for 2022 and beyond is bring people together to care more for each other, to maintain the relationships more intact, and get closer with family, friends, and the society. Be together, that's the most important. My experience with Passion Vista is been amazing. From professionalism, experience, attention, details, collaboration, I believe Passion Vista can be a great benefit for many companies and many people all over the world.
Hello, beautiful soul. Thanks for tuning in. I feel privileged being featured as a who's who of the world in the coffee table book, representing India and the Netherlands. My name is Joy Setvasirani. My great-grandparents were born in Bihar in India. I was born and raised in the Amazon in Suriname, a country in South America, a melting pot with a diversity of nature and cultures. We moved to the Netherlands when I was 10 years old. My mission is to contribute to health, happiness, and peace in the world with a lens of unity conscious leadership, a new paradigm of leadership that to transcend duality, the root cause of crisis and conflicts, and grow to unity, a dynamic world peace. I am the founder, CEO, and author of Unity Conscious Leadership. For 35 years, I've specialized in leadership, development, and cultural change by guiding my clients to transform crises and setbacks in their lives and businesses into growth. Previously, I had built a company with 80 staff members and was chairman of audit committee on a supervisory board. Through the experience with my clients, I discovered that health, happiness, and peace are the deep-rooted human values people are longing for. Without these values, people are suffering in various ways. My clients were able to reconnect with their values and thrive again. As a side effect, their environment changed in a positive way. In 2021, I published my book entitled Unity Conscious Leadership and went global. The current situation of crisis has been created for centuries by our ancestors and society, looking at themselves and their world through the lens of dualism or separateness, communicating in a language of opposites, such as good and bad, black and white, war and peace. Relationships and situations are getting more toxic and people get trapped in patterns of constant conflict with each other. The lens of unity conscious leadership is the key to sustainably break these patterns and transcend differences. In reality, we live in oneness without borders, where everyone is a leader, equally important and unique. World leaders are role models for their citizens, just like parents for their children. As a result, they have a major influence on their behavior. Leading from unity's perspective will help people to create healthy relationships and happy societies and thereby contribute to world peace. Healthy relationships are like medicine. People feel good and are increasingly exposing their potential, influencing the work environment in a positive way. The cost of care, absenteeism, and staff turnover are falling, companies are thriving and thus contribute to a better economy. Nelson Mandela and Mahatma Gandhi are examples of role models who have profoundly changed the world. 3 keys to success in life and business are: 1, know your talents and mission. Use that as a compass for the right choices in your life, business, and relationships. 2, take your leadership from the perspective of unity consciousness, with the awareness that we are all interconnected, using our outer world as a reflection of our inner. Start with self-reflection. Be the hero you want to see in the world and find answers and solutions within yourselves. And 3, keep working on personal development, trauma healing, and uncovering your potential. My gift is your present. Unity Conscious Leadership is the leadership from the heart, a bridge from duality to unity and world peace. Thank you, Passion Vista and team, for the opportunity to bring Unity Conscious Leadership global and make my dream come true. It was a pleasure to work with you. Thanks for watching this video. I wish you a healthy, happy, and peaceful day. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Lotta Spjut and I am from the same country as IKEA, Spotify, Volvo and ABBA, the beautiful Sweden. Thank you a lot to Passion Vista for the honorable award of being part of Who's Who of the World 2021 and to represent my business industry and my country. I'm really proud about this. During my 47 years so far, my book of life has been filled with joy, happiness and success, but also challenges, setbacks and so-called failures. All these experiences has made me grow and I'm still growing. I believe everything happens for a reason, and as long as we are open to learn from good experiences and less good experiences, we become a little bit better than yesterday, and that is one of my daily goals. I'm so grateful to run a business in an industry that I'm truly passionate about, personal development, and to empower and inspire others around the globe through network marketing. My professions through the years have 2 things in common: working with people and leadership. I have a master's degree and a Bachelor of Education. As an executive coach, I have coached CEOs and leaders, and I have a degree in health and nutrition. But my main business over the last decades is as a professional networker and a TEDx global speaker and business coach. For me, leadership is not a position, it's an action to do, and that inspire others to do and to show the way, to walk the walk and not only talk the talk. As Jack Welch so great summarized it, before you are a leader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others. In my business industry, I had and have the privilege to travel around the world, and I have been in many global events, representing not only myself and my business partners, but also my country. To all young people out there that wants to represent the global platform, congratulations to you. Today, no matter gender, no matter country, no matter age, internet and technology has opened up many new opportunities. Depending on what area you have your interest and your passion, be open to see these opportunities. Ask your questions and get your answers. And take advices from the people that has already walked the walk before and not from people with only opinions. So who is my role model? There are so many people that has inspired and touched me through my years. Instead of comparing, I get inspired for me to learn and apply for being a good role model for myself and for others. It's again about action and someone that are where I want to be. Since I was a kid, I've always been curious and wanted to explore new things and to learn. I think I got inspired from my father. He's 86 years today and still curious and want to learn. I believe everyone are born with the ability to become what they want in life. During the way, fear and not believing in ourselves stop many of us. I have decided that fear will never stop me. Fear is a feeling, and feelings comes after our thoughts, and we can change our thoughts. One thing I want to achieve in life is to help as many people as possible to get over their fears and achieve their dreams and their goals. One of my biggest passions is to see people grow and to help people to grow themselves, their mindset and personal skills. As a leader, it is only by helping others to reach their goals that I can reach mine. My views on Sustainable Development Goals 2030 is that everyone cannot do everything, but everyone can do something. And it starts with our own actions. It's a simple action, and in my business industry, I know so many people that have been able to change their life, financial and personally, and help others to do the same, and also be able to give back to their communities. Setting and leaving sustainable footprints also gives a duplication to the next generation, to our kids. And because it's not what we say we will do, it's what we really do. My number one success mantra that I always bring with me inside here, but also as a tattoo on my arm, says, the pain of discipline is easier than the pain of regret. I have still many chapters to write in my book of life, and when the day comes for the last chapter, I don't want to regret anything I did not do. When we let go of fear, step out from our comfort zone, and use the skills we developed, not comparing, but getting inspired and taking advices from the ones that are where we want to go, everyone's book of life can be written with ourselves as the captain and not someone else. If I can do it, you can do it. So thank you again, Passion Vista, and over and out from me, Lotta, and from Sweden.
I'm Willard, serial entrepreneur in the industrial B2B space. For me, business starts and ends with people. You have to build a strong team that is capable of scaling up and making disruption happen. I have worked in many countries during my career, and my business always have that global aspiration. I live in Norway, and my present company is based in Finland. Having that type of setup only works if you have a good team, build proper processes, and work with a hands-on mentality. Now, wow, it's such an honor to be selected for the who's who of the world coffee table book. Such a group of inspiring people. I'm looking forward to reading it from cover to cover. So, I'm in my 8th venture, and I have been a leader for what feels like an eternity. And still, I can learn a lot in terms of own performance and improving. So, I have also had the fantastic opportunities to represent myself, my company, and my country at various international events and venues. It is always about having integrity, being honest, and sharing. Yes, and work otherwise. Meeting new people and listening also gives me so much back and keeps me learning new things. As an example, just a few days back, I was moderating the panel session on innovation and venture capital in Houston, Texas. Based on the audience's responses, as we discussed industrial decarbonization, energy efficiency, I also get encouraged to continue with this mission. As a global leader, I see it highly important to build bridges for collaboration, whether that is between entrepreneurial companies and corporates or between countries. Collaboration is key for success and making a large global impact. Share successes, show how failures resulted in key learnings, listen and give to others. Being passionate about what you do is part of it. So, over to the younger generation. I would like to say that there are so many global aspects and challenges to consider. And together we need to work for making the world a better, cleaner, and safer place. Dare to win. Become an entrepreneur and learn from others how to become one. Just remember, don't do it alone. Think about what you're passionate about. Find some peers or network with innovation ecosystems. Your own ideas might be perfect to another company, so you can pivot together to solve problems that create value for society. And then it's important to have role models. Think beyond celebrities, sports, and money. Find role models who have a core of good values, who are not selfish, ready to share and collaborate. Be humble and don't give up. I meet so many inspirational people, many self-made entrepreneurs who have been on the brink of catastrophe and turn it into a fantastic success. People who take care of their employees and go the extra mile. People who are helping others. Be ambitious and see diversity as an opportunity. Then, of course, we live in this year 2022. What I would like to see as a change this year is, first of all, the war situation in Europe and that it ends. And it should be the same with any weapon conflict. It is always the innocent who suffers most. For business and industry, I hope we can further grow the momentum from the ambition to action to make impact on decarbonization in industries. Speeding up is key and we all have to contribute. Finally, I want to thank the whole Passion Visa team, and I have had such a good experience through the talks and vision of this project. I wish everyone who has been part of this, as well as those who read or view the content, a lot of success and happiness. Please reach out to me if you have any questions that I can help you with. Thank you. I'm Mika.
Self-introduction of yours and the country you hail from.
The Manioska Family Office is a Monaco-based family office. We have our family foundation. We've been in existence for over 50 years. We are into mostly venture philanthropy related projects.
What is your passion story?
I am a person which has taken a long route, and I don't have any regrets taking that route. It's just really strengthened me as an individual in every single aspect as I go through the different challenges I have.
What are your views on leaders?
The best leaders for me are leaders which understand that they need to be able to get out of their castle, to be able to govern the people where they understand the hearts and minds of the people itself. You have to get out of the castle to be able to understand that. So basically, you have to fight with the people.
Please share your experiences when you represent your country at global events.
It's very important for me to provide some level of visibility on who I am as a person. So I've actually started to become a person which advocates the use of our cultural identity in every single aspect.
Please say a few words to the youth who want to represent on a global platform.
The youth today live in a world quite different from the past 50 years. I think a short message to them is that good things always take time. That is proven in history. You cannot gain instant recognition on anything really. It's really a lot of hard work and people understand whether you have made a sacrifice or not. So you would not want to wake up the next day and still be, in the same position you are, just because you want a story on your Instagram.
And with that being said, who is your role model?
I take interest in Nicholas Tesla, which has done quite a tremendous sacrifice, where even he created an infinite power source for humanity. He was not supported in that. So I hope that that history can be revisited and that be corrected, so that we are able to evolve as a more cohesive race. Yeah.
What is that you would like to achieve in life?
I look at things differently. I think that probably the most challenging thing to achieve in life is really to understand that the continuity of humanity is getting to be quite a topic nowadays. It's because of singularity and the advent of AI. And it's just really something that we need to take seriously and put enough regulations and policies to protect humanity itself.
Can you please say one thing you are passionate about?
I am very passionate about preserving the cultural identity of people, especially in this age where we are being diluted through de facto, de facto avenues of trying to recreate who we really are. And it's just really all about trying to control humanity, as I'm saying. So it's very important that that be addressed.
What are your views on sustainable development goals in 2030?
I'm not confident that we are able to achieve these sustainable goals by the UN timeline of 2050. However, it is a bright spot to see that there's more and more funding going into appropriate sustainable technologies, and a lot of positive energy around it. But we have to think whether the powers that be remain relevant today, because if they're not answering to the majority of the 7 billion people on this planet.
What is your success mantra?
It's a continuous search. Success is a continuous search. We are, we need to be able to wake up every single day, every morning, and be able to continue the search for what we feel should be done to protect our world and to protect our species.
Hey, my name is Paul Rue, and I am a financial empowerment coach, and I hail from Cape Town, South Africa, and super excited to be on this, super excited to be here, super excited to meet you, and just such an honor to be one of the nominees for the Unified Brainz limited edition coffee book of the who's who of 2022, and just being able to represent South Africa and being part of such an amazing project with incredible people from all over the world. I mean, wow, just it's phenomenal. So just a little bit about me. I grew up here in South Africa in Johannesburg, although my mother's Canadian, and I did spend some time, lived in Toronto for a bit, but I did go through a dark path of addiction. I was addicted to alcohol and drugs, and it took me down a path that I didn't plan on going on, and yet I was on there, and for many years struggled, and fortunately had support from my family that I was able to seek help, and I did. And in 2011, I managed to get clean. It's been a wonderful journey. It has not been an easy one. Recovery is not an easy journey, but it's definitely worth it. it's definitely worth it. And on the way, and I've met such wonderful people, my heart has opened up to the world, you know, and I've been able to see things through new eyes, right? Most importantly, God is part of my life, and it's changed everything. It's everything. It's amazing. You know, my view on leaders is, I always think of Brené Brown and her book, Dare to Lead. She does some amazing work around vulnerability and shame, and especially in the corporate world around leaders. And I always look to her as to see what a good leader is, and it's really someone that is out there to look out for their employees' potential. You know, where do we see this person going? How can I help? And where can I be utilized on that journey? I've worked for people that are not interested in my potential. They're just interested in getting the work done. But leaders are special. They take responsibility. They become vulnerable themselves, and they open up, and they are there to help and inspire people to become better people themselves. In terms of experiences representing South Africa, look, this is my first time. I'm truly honored. This is amazing. And so really blessed to be part of this wonderful thing with Unified Brainz, the project, everything incredible. The words to the youth, you know, the youth these days, I would say be true to yourself. You know, there are so many people like I can vouch for this, where I wanted to be like other people. I looked to other people and I wanted to be just like them, but it doesn't work that way. And yes, you can learn a lot, but be true to yourself. Be who you are. That's what the world needs. And the world needs us to tap into our own gifts and superpowers, as I call it. So utilize that. Go after your true purpose, whatever that is. And don't listen to the naysayers. Be true to who you are. Authenticity is super important in this space. My role model, look, I think of my dad. He's been such an incredible pillar of strength in my life. I look to him. I mean, to this day, don't think anyone works as hard as my dad ever did. He's retired now, but my goodness, he's still finding things to do. And in terms of success, hard work, determination, he's done it all. It's incredible. I would say that, you know, what I want to achieve in my life is I want to touch and inspire people. And I want to see and help coach people around where they want to be in their life and where they want to go, what their true purpose is. You know, that I help my clients with a financial foundation so they can go after their true purpose in life. But we need money, right, to get us there. We need a financial support. And if we're not supported financially, we don't feel that support, and we don't have a financial foundation, it's going to be very difficult for us to go after what we truly want in life. And I take my clients through that journey, so it's incredible to see. I'm passionate about seeing the fire in someone's eyes when they tell me about what they really want to do in their life, and it might be completely opposite what they are doing. I just tapping into people's authenticity, seeing what really lights them up. I mean, that's amazing. It's incredible. The views on sustainability development, you know, the UN, I know, as you may know, they've put down 17 goals and really noble quest and various targets for each. And I think on the 13th goal, climate change is one of them. And I just often think, gosh, you know, it's nice to have all these goals, but if we don't have an earth, if we don't have a place to actually do these things, there's no point. I mean, climate change is real, and it's here, you know. We gotta do something now. So if anything, it's very important. You know, my success mantra, I often think, you know, and I grew up being very insecure, and I still have a lot of insecurities myself. But I always sort of tell myself, I am enough. I am enough. And I am enough. And that really helps me. It gets me going. It helps me to move forward. I've gone over the time. I hope everyone is well. God bless. And thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sonika, and I'm the managing partner of Marching Sheep, an HR consulting firm that I founded in the year 2013. With a vision of making a difference to people's lives and careers and driving respect and equality for all. Today, we are a very strong team of HR professionals who are driving this vision through all the interventions, whether we are doing interventions in the space of diversity and inclusion, emotional health and well-being, or curating behavioral capability building interventions for managers and leaders, or helping SMEs or funded startups or business owners set up their HR policies, HR practices, and HR functions. Our vision cuts through across all our deliverables. Our work allows us to engage with leaders from different walks of lives and geographies. And we find that leaders are uniquely poised to make a difference. Leadership is both a responsibility and a privilege. Leaders today have a unique opportunity of engaging with their counterparts across the globe, understand what's happening in their different geographies, what are the best practices that they are deploying to give a superior employee experience, to build authenticity in their workplaces, to listen to the employee needs, to build diverse workforce and inclusive workforce where everybody feels valued, everybody feels heard, and then take those learnings and drive them within their organizations with authenticity, curiosity, and empathy. As I said, it is both a responsibility and a privilege. Leaders have a privilege, the influence, the voice that is heard, and leaders today can make a huge difference. Today we work with clients across the globe and participate in events. And when we do that, we feel an immense amount of pride when we share how India is making huge strides in organizations and at a larger ecosystem level in trying to create inclusion and awareness for underrepresented groups. For example, around LGBTQ inclusion or for people with disability, how we are making strides in the emotional health and well-being space. But at the same time, it is a huge learning experience as well, when we understand the cultural nuances and the best practices that are happening in different parts of the world. And if we look at how the world has changed, how technology has shrunk the world and made it a global village, today we are all global citizens. And it is very important to, stand tall and proud with our heritage and our culture and our traditions, but to also respect and learn about what is happening across the globe and how we can partner and collaborate with each other on achievement on the larger goals. If we look at SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals 3, 5, 8 and 10 that focus on emotional health and well-being, gender equality, decent work and economic growth, and reducing inequalities, these will be only achieved if we all work together, if we all engage in authentic conversations, if we all learn from each other and we are willing to implement contemporary policies, contemporary practices, listen to our employees, understand what they need, and then drive that change. For some of us, role models come from our daily lives. We don't need to go far. For me, role models come from people who have faced challenges at every stage in their life, biases, stereotypes. They have battled them and emerged stronger and successful on their own terms. We have spoken to many of them in our non-commercial campaigns. For example, we spoke to people from the LGBTQ community in our Marching with Pride campaign. We spoke to people with disabilities in our 21 Marching campaign. And when we bring forward these authentic conversations, these candid conversations, we get to understand the challenges they face at the time of education, the bullying that happens, the ostracization, the isolation that happens. How do they get employment opportunities or the struggles that they have faced? And when these lived realities come to the fore, we can work out what needs to be done to create an inclusive world. And these lived realities, these pictures of success, keep us motivated and passionate about the work we do. Every new client we achieve, every new project we do, takes us a step closer to our goals of building an inclusive world. There is a quote by Mark Twain: "The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." With Marching Sheep, I found my why. Thank you.
Good morning to everybody. My name is Stefano De Togni. I'm the founder of Paradise 360. I'm an entrepreneur and an innovator. My passion story depicting my life journey is starting, I think, in this year, so 2021. And the most interesting things will follow next 5-10 years. So I prefer not to focus on my history, but focus more on my future. And according to that, I would like to say that it's important to be aware that we are into a very important time into human history, because in these years we are into a period of epistemologic jump ahead. So many things will change deeply in next few years, and we have to be aware of that, and we have to be ready to face this period. And so we have to choose mainly, or we can be swept away by the oncoming tsunami, because a huge tsunami are coming, or we will be able to ride the tiger. So it's easy to say that everybody of us will prefer to ride the tiger, but we have to be able to do that, and we have to be aware that we are going to face this kind of period. Leaders we need in this period have to be credible, have to be visionary, have to be courageous, have to be warriors, have to be fighters, but at the same time have to be servant of poorest and most fragile people of the world, because it will be a tough period. And so if you don't find such kind of leader, poorest and most fragile people of the world will have very, very big problem. So for the youth, I would like to say a very quick suggestion: be always kind, respectful, and full of love for all the other people. And moreover, with your father and mother, if you have the luck to have them still in life. And in the same time, I will hope that youth people will have a God in which they believe, a God which is love and nothing other than love, and they try to follow the will of God. There is the two keys for the success and for doing their vocation. My role model is, after a long period that I call a long winter of 30 years, in which I was looking inside myself, inside my soul, my heart. Now I think to be ready and to be here in the right time, ready to ride the tiger, as I said before, in which, you must have a total identity between thinking and act, and a deep consciousness of the period of your action and of the consequence of your action. So I will try to follow the will of God, and what I would like to achieve in my life is to be happy, like everybody wants, but never alone, because you cannot be happy alone. So selfishness is not the way, but respect, love, and help people who needs helps. It will be the way for being happy. So try to extend your happiness to the other will be the key to be more happy. Not only yourself, but with the other. Your happiness depends on the happiness of the other. And my passion are like a Roman Catholic believer, Christian Roman Catholic believer, are Jesus Christ and Holy Mary, of course. But I don't care about if I meet somebody who is a goodwill man. For me, it's enough. I don't care if he's Muslim, Jewish, or Christian, Catholic, Protestant, Hinduist, Shintoist. I don't care. Atheist or agnostic. It's important only he is a goodwill man. On the other side, about the goal of the 2030 development goals, I believe that we will never reach them totally, 100%. We will reach only a very few part of them, unfortunately, but we have to be deeply concerned about them, always to keep in mind that we have to reach them, but being realistically aware that we will never reach them totally. We will never reach them totally. And my success mantra is having a deep and wide and long-term vision for acting quickly, thinking quickly and acting more quicker. Never follow selfishness values, but only social justice. And for doing that, you must be aware that it's better to run with few lions than to follow thousands of sheep.
Hello there. My name is Stephen Nathanson from the United States of America, and it's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Thank you truly to Unified Brainz for giving me this opportunity to be able to meet and speak with folks like yourself. A little bit about me. I am the CEO and founder of a company called Strive for More, which helps leaders master their mindset to increase their focus, confidence, and performance while motivating others to do the same. And it truly highlights what I am very, very passionate about as an individual and a coach, which is deepening the well-being of individuals and organizations, specifically helping to create enlightened, empowered individuals who are also kind human beings to others. And that really fits into what I want to create in life and what I want to achieve. which is to foster a world in which we treat each other respectfully, inspire each other to be great, and follow our hearts. And that's a journey that I have had to go on in my life. Very brief version of that is I started my career as an engineer, and I did it because as a young kid, I wasn't sure what else to do. And there was factors and influences in my life that showed this was a really good road to go down, something to try. And I wasn't necessarily focused on, am I going to truly be happy doing that? When I graduated from school, I realized I was not going to be happy. And so I had to figure that out. So I really looked at what was going to give me true meaning and purpose in what I did. And that's what led me to become an FBI special agent, because of the impact that I had that went beyond myself and created a positive impact on the world that I was living in and gave back to society, helped others. And it's that meaning and purpose that I found could be done on an even larger scale in the world of coaching, and what has led me to shift away from being an FBI agent into now owning my own company for coaching and speaking that really truly do exactly what I've said there, helping deepen the well-being of individuals on a wide scale. That's thankfully allowed me to work with leaders in 12 different countries across, to date, 111 plus organizations. And I share that journey because as we look at folks who are young and starting out and questioning, how do I create this big impact, especially on a global scale? I highlight it because it's okay that it's a journey. It's a journey to find ourselves. It's a journey that requires resiliency. Not everything in life is linear or straightforward, and that's okay. Being who we are and comfortable with who we are can really truly help us get to where we want to go. And being able to face those challenges head on and come through them stronger can help really empower ourselves to not only have the impact for us that we seek, but also for the others that we want to help as well. Don't be afraid to dream big. Dreaming helps us get to where we want to go. It helps us stay focused on what is possible, and even breaking through what people may think is not possible. And that's one other piece of advice I would give to young leaders starting out. Dream big. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. And then the last piece that I'll share actually comes from a role model of mine, Herb Brooks, who was the coach of the 1980 U.S. Olympic ice hockey team. He said, "You win with people, not with talent." And there's a lot of truth to that. So the last piece of advice that I'd love to share is to be people focused. When we focus on our people first, the rest tends to take care of itself, especially when we talk about leadership. If we lead authentically by who we are, we're going to resonate with those around us. If we serve those that we lead, we're going to lift them up and help them overcome and get stronger, which is going to help us do the same. And then if we lead in a very inspirational and transformational factor, we're just going to continue to rise, all of us, up to that next level. Because ultimately, to get to where we want to go as a world, it takes all of us. And it's about all of us. So thank you so much for giving me this time to share a little bit about me with you. And until the next time, be the movement in your life. And remember, if we never ask, we'll never know. And if we never try, we never will.